Happy April, everyone. If you don't normally watch my videos, my name is Jenny, and once a month I come on to YouTube and share some channeled messages for the collective. However, and then I usually do a reading for the collective. However, in January of this year, I did my first kind of pick a pile reading, and I really enjoyed doing that. And April is my birthday month, end of April, because I'm a Taurus. And I wanted to do another one. I just have a lot of fun putting these together for you all. And so if you've never done one, I'm going to do it a little differently than other people. We're going to first start with a collective reading. So we're going to start with a reading that's general for the month of April, or whenever you tune in and find this video or it finds you. It's just going to be in general. And then we're going to use the Book of Destiny cards to have you choose your own adventure. So you'll pick a card from there, and then I'll do a specific reading for those groups, and there'll be 3 cards to choose from. I am a card collector. I happen to live by one of the only metaphysical libraries that I know of, and they get in cards all the time. In fact, they received these cards, which are a really cool find. Very neat. And I just picked these up, Ask Your Guides. They're an older Hay House deck. And we're going to use some tarot and some oracle, some tea leaf. And we are also going to use some other new decks I have. Really enjoy this one. And then at the end, when we pick the 3 different groups, we're going to use the karma cards. And you'll be able to ask a yes or no question. So you don't have to think of your question yet, but at the end of the reading, I'll give you some time. Something by that point might have come to you, and we'll use those, first time using those for a yes or no. So I want to say happy spring. I want to thank you for being here with me and joining me. I thank those who watch these videos every month, and I hope April is a really beautiful month for all of us. It's been very interesting through March because of all of the changes we had. The equinox, so no matter what part of the equator you're on, obviously I have a spring theme, but for those of you just entered fall, you know, these times is equinox, not equinox. The equinox offers that time of balance and reflection on, you know, where we need balance in life. And then we've had a lot of planets shift in astrology in March. So it's been good, a lot of good changes. So I invite you, if you'd like, to pour yourself a cup of tea and get cozy with me. I have oolong, which I just love. I'm a tea girl all the way. And we'll get started. We're going to begin with a Raise Your Vibration card from Kyle Gray. This is a really cute, very positive deck. And so it's just something for us as a collective to think about and focus on. So we got, facing my shadows removes darkness from the world. Beautiful, right? So the equinox was just here. We're kind of shifting into balance. For those of us going into spring, we're really kind of leaving winter behind and going forward on our path of, you know, stepping out into the light and being more, you know, ourselves and more out there. And for those of you going into autumn, you're starting to enter, kind of going into your shadow. But our shadow work is never really complete, right? It's something that we're always kind of working on. And so, you know, as you evolve, as you heal, as you shift, as you change, you remove collective darkness. And so I say this a lot on this channel, you never heal alone, and your healing work is never selfish. So this is just a reminder that doing the work that you're doing, evolving, wanting to be a more spiritual person, awakening, and doing the healing work, taking care of yourself is so important. It really does remove darkness from the world, right? As you heal, others heal around you. You never ever heal alone. And so that's something to keep in mind. And then I'm going to be pulling a few cards from the Light Seers Tarot. If they come out reversed, we're going to flip them around for this reading. I only do reversed card readings for individuals because I feel that sometimes that is very individual. You know, when you're reading tarot and they come out reversed, sometimes it can be hard to swallow. And so that's better for individual readings. So we're going to pull a few. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Swords, the World, Judgment, and Five of Wands. Okay, so right away, this is a fresh start and a lot of clarity. So this is interesting because I feel these are very similar colors and pictures, right? So there's going to be a lot of insight, a lot of clarity. I know that, there's a lot of planetary shifts in March, and so seems like cobwebs and fog have been lifted for April and beyond for the rest of the year. And so definitely going to have some insights come through. You're going to feel like you can make decisions better. It's going to be, a light coming in and shining into the darkness. Patterns are going to be released. You're going to just be aware, this kind of old ego story is just holding me back. Why am I even doing this? It's just going to be easier to heal. And then we have Nine of Cups, which is, very exciting, right? Someone who has the treasure box and all of these options. And so definitely these are going together. There's going to be a lot of options, a lot of ideas coming through, just different kinds of paths to take. And then this is definitely like, okay, yes, do all the things, but make sure you still rest. And I love that it's a nest because we have spring here on this side of the world, right? So we have like the nesting and the relaxing and the letting yourself take care of yourself, practicing really deep self-care. The World is the last card in the major arcana, so usually it represents like a big shift and a lesson learned. And so coming with judgment, it's like maybe the lesson learned here is to release some of the judgment. I know personally that's something I've been working on, and I feel like I'm starting to really get. I'm not taking things personally like I used to. I'm not sitting and judging myself or others. I'm definitely feeling like this release, which these cards are very similar, right? This release from the shackles of judgment. When we judge ourselves and others harshly, it's just, we really bind ourselves to our shadow. And so I think, when we're talking about shadows, we're working on releasing judgment, and that's makes it so the whole world is at our fingertips. We're happier, we're more grateful, and we can work with other people, right? This card's all about collaboration and working with others. And so for me, I'm seeing like clarity coming in, releasing judgment, letting shadows, rise to the surface, acknowledging them without judgment, having these lessons learned, having a lot of opportunities to work with others and collaborate and have fun, and a lot of, opportunities for abundance. But at the same time, we still need to rest, right? That's really coming through kind of strong. Actually, we'll leave these out. Okay. And then I wanted to pull a few tea leaf cards. I have them in a big swirl on the side over here because they just don't, there's almost like 200 cards. They just don't shuffle well. So they're off to the side. So we have pineapple. And so what I want you to do with these cards is, this is the author's interpretation at the bottom, the words, but you may have your own interpretation. Like for me, for instance, I see pineapple, I think hospitality, I think tropical island. Okay, so you take it as you see it. But reconciliation, so there could be opportunities for some of us to reconcile with ourselves or with others, seeing that collaboration come through. We have the camel, preserve and you will overcome problems, right? Right here. These go together. We have that idea of you need to rest, and we have this reconciliation coming in with collaboration. We have the pin, new job or career. That's what we're talking about right here. We have these opportunities for some of us. I know a lot of people who are applying for jobs right now and things like that. And then the ability to be maybe wearing a different hat as well. So we have that going together. Casket, don't be frightened. This could be just like an end of a situation, right? End of judgment. This is what the world represents, right? We have the end. New birth or new business opportunity. Again, lots of opportunities coming through right now. And Cain, pay attention to your health. So that goes over here. So this is all saying, releasing judgment, paying attention. There's a lot of newness coming in, not just because it's spring here. There's a lot of opportunity for career, for abundance, for choice. I feel like it's at some point at the end of last year, there was like a cap, like a casket almost put on a lot of us, and we couldn't push through. There was like this block to manifesting, to change. And this has been lifted in March, and now it's like, yeah, new job, birth, whatever. You're gonna have so many new opportunities. So this is very exciting, I think. And then for one more for the collective, we're gonna pull a few from the Sacred Forest. This is my son's favorite deck. He pulls from this every Sunday, which is really cute. Then we do the meditations. We're gonna just pull a few of these for clarity. We have the Mystic Meadow, having a sanctuary, right? Very important right now that we all continue to rest and continue to have that balance, right? The equinox came to teach us balance. We're continuing the balance. This air spirit is connected to this card, clearly, right? Having this knowledge, having the air, always, the element of air always represents thinking and logical things and knowledge and things like that. So having that, and then uncertainty, right? And being okay with uncertainty. That's the important part. That's how we make all these changes. We can only make changes and have a fresh start to something if we're okay with uncertainty, making peace. And you can see it's a beautiful path ahead of her. So making peace with uncertainty, that's part of facing, she's leaving those shadows, facing those shadows. Okay, and now we're gonna pull just 3 from the Book of Destiny, and then you pick which one you like, or you feel drawn to, or you like the picture, or you like the word or the number, whatever you're like, this is mine. And then we will go, and those will be our groups. Okay, so this will be group 1. This is, there we go, a widower, and he is associated with the King of Spades. So this is group 1. It doesn't mean that you are a widower. There's just something about the art, or you like spades, you like the number 3. Group 1. Group 2, right? Faithlessness, but we're going to change it into faith, because that's why you're watching this channel. We've got beautiful flowers, and we got butterflies. We have spades again, number 31, right? Or the number 7, both are on there. And then group 3, we have marriage. And so we have the number 17. We have hearts for the first time. We have kind of balance of male and female, right? So you choose. And then you'll go into the comments below, and you can hit the timestamp. So group 1, group 2, or group 3. Hello, group 1. You chose this gentleman with his hat off. I love that. It's really cute. And we're going to be using, to start with, the Inner Child Healing Tarot, which is my personal favorite that I use for myself all the time. They are the biggest cards I own. So they're a little unwieldy, which is why, like I said, I always go ahead and shuffle before we watch, because you hear all day shuffling such big cards. Okay, so let's start here. Oh, the artwork on here is just so beautiful. Okay, so interesting that you chose this card, which, you know, is this widower. He's obviously faced some hardships, and you receive the Big Bad Wolf, which is all about facing fear and, you know, accepting fear is part of life, and facing him and not being afraid of him, right? Being brave and standing up to, you know, the wolf at the door, you know, metaphorically. So that jumps out to me immediately. 10 of Crystals. These are just the sweetest little cards about, you know, this is like a Christmas morning, and the family is all together, and the children are opening their gifts. And then you also have 5 of Hearts, where the mermaid has just unlocked this beautiful heart. And so together we just have this really happy, warm feeling for you in the month of April. We have, you know, this feeling of family and being together and taking your heart out of your box and allowing yourself to be loved and feel love and love unconditionally. It's a very, very happy, peaceful time. And then we have Seeker of Wands, which is Dorothy, and she's remembering that the power to go home is within her, right? And we have, her looking down at those ruby slippers and kind of coming to the end of her journey and knowing that, it's been inside of her all along. So there's definitely this feeling that you are just coming to the end of something, right? To some kind of healing journey, or the end of a job, or the end of a relationship. Then we have the Widower as the card, the end of something, and you're okay with it. You're finding peace within this resolution. It's allowing you actually to be happier and to open your heart and to see your own potential, to see you for who you are, right? To see your own beauty and your own uniqueness, right? Understanding that you are worthy. And then we have Balance here, the boy and the girl, and they have the bunnies, and it's just like a very little happy scene of balancing life. And so definitely I think we're seeing love and joy, happiness, a resolution, and yet there will be some fears that pop up, but you're balancing them. You're going to be aware of them. You're already aware of the shadows, and you're not going to let them overcome you like maybe you did in the past, right? You're going to see yourself and be like, no, this is fine. I definitely know that what this is, and I'm okay with it. I've gone past this. I accept it. I'm not going to let this fear, this issue derail me. So this is very exciting, I think. And then we're going to pull a few of these little tiny Everyday Witch Tarot. See what we have. All right, so they're so tiny and cute. All right, so we have Page of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. They all kind of came out together. So we have you looking like there's some childlike energy and some creation, which definitely I feel with a lot of these cards anyway. You're stepping into something new. Something's coming to an end, and you're stepping into something new that's allowing you to be more happy and childlike, creative. Your heart's really opening, right? Yes, starting off on a journey, facing that fear, right? Being okay with facing the dragon or the big bad wolf. You are ready for that. Wheel of Fortune, right? So when this card comes up in any reading, it's the opportunity for change. And that's exactly what's going on. There's some kind of long-standing issue that's coming to an end, it's being resolved, and it's allowing you to just open up like you've never opened before, right? So it's cracking you open. And so this is very exciting. And then we have, right, lots of page energy. So there's lots of these little guys coming through, and here's someone starting off brave and on a journey. So there's like a childlike innocence coming back to you, and not saying you're immature at all. It's the opposite. Reclaiming inner child joy and creation is very mature. It's very advanced, evolving and healing. And so definitely seeing there's this end to this long-standing issue, and you're just born again. You're just excited. You're like, oh, this is what life is like. This is what I want to do. You have all these ideas and all this newness for you. And then the Tower, big change. Right, big change. So, and I like this Tower card because it's she initiates it. She's like, yep, I did that. I destroyed that old life. So yes, definitely something's coming to an end. Huge change for you, huge shift. The Wheel of Fortune's in your favor. And then you're just going to have this childlike innocence and happiness and joy. And, there's going to be opportunities for you to create, so maybe you already are in a creative job, or you want to be in a creative job, but that's something that's coming through for you, for sure. We're going to ask the guides. So this is a new deck to me. It's cute, though. So what are the guides saying? Okay, what's coming through for you? Okay, so seems like there's been a long time of you with this issue, this problem. You've been in survival mode and also in a bit of denial, right? But that's coming off. The mask is coming off, and you can't deny this problem anymore. And then you're like, that's it, I'm done. And then the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor because of that. And then you have a master teacher with purpose coming through, which is really interesting because you have this little boy who's painting, and we also have like this kind of yellow brick road, and we had Dorothy as well. So as well as this kind of yellow road in the Big Bad Wolf card. So there's a lot of, you know, this is like this big change, big turning point, and then you're on this new journey, and a master teacher is just going to kind of present themselves. And what's interesting, and something I just want to like kind of point out, is when we think master teacher, we often think, you know, it's going to be an actual person that comes into our life. But it could be a person, an angel, a spirit guide, a ascended master. It could be a book. I recently discovered this author who has since passed named Jamie Sams. I happened to find her deck for free at a giveaway, like I mentioned. And what was interesting is it was missing 4 cards. There's a little note. It's like free, missing 4 cards. And I looked at it and I was like, the cards are in there. I just knew it. And I came home, sure enough, they had been in the book. I often will leave a card in a book as, you know, marking my spot. And then I started working with these cards, and so much healing has come through. I've bought a couple books from her since then. And I just feel like right now she's my master teacher. I don't know her personally, but I just want you to really think about that. Finding a master teacher, finding your purpose it's very big. It's open, and it doesn't mean it's going to be like a literal person. Could be a stranger who says something to you and it awakens that creativity that you forgot about. Could be working purposely with someone like Archangel Metatron, who helps us with our life purpose. And there's actually a really good meditation for free here on YouTube by another person that I will link for you, because if you're interested in working with Metatron. But I know for me personally, Metatron came to me after visiting Mount Shasta and came through with, you know, I've been asking what's my purpose, and he shared my purpose with me. So, you know, just thinking outside the box when we think, you know, master teacher. So yes, you're going through, something's coming to an end that has not been serving you, and then things are just going to really open up for you. I'm very excited for you. I feel like you've really been going through it this year, perhaps longer than this year. You've really been facing some heavy stuff, some shadows. Perhaps this is a relationship I'm getting for some of you. It's like a manipulative partner or parent. It's like you're getting out from under their thumb, and it's like, I have all these ideas, right? It's like you feel free all of a sudden, maybe even a hostile workplace. I don't know. I'm getting definitely there's been something keeping you from doing what you want. Someone, I shall say, and it's not really you. Okay, I'm going to pick a couple of these, which I just think are so cute. So you're getting your Fox and you're getting Sea Star. So both of these are telling you the same thing. Keep trying, you're almost there. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of ending, and then you're going to have a lot of new ideas. You may not know what you're going to do with those ideas yet, but you're being encouraged to keep going, keep trying. That master teacher is going to come, something's going to click for you, and you're going to be like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do right now with all this new energy and these new ideas. So just keep going, all right? Keep going, and, you know, look for Sea Star and Fox. See if they come up for you somewhere else. And then I wanted to pull... This is a very funny deck. I've kind of made it. It's a Mod Podge deck of different mini crystal decks that I have acquired over the time. Some for free, some not. And I'm actually going to close my eyes while I pull some crystals for you, because it's pretty obvious if I don't, you know, which deck I'm pulling from. So we're going to just kind of see. Just feeling all those actually. So we have moss agate right here. So if you work with crystals, great. If you don't work with crystals, you can just kind of use the image of the card or the color of the card. You can call into your meditation the energy of moss agate. You have rose quartz, right? So we have moss agate, and moss agate is here to amplify your connection to the earth. So this is groundedness, which seems like you're going to need because you're going through a lot of changes. Rose quartz gives you that self-love and compassion so that you can create and do the things you want to do. This is the protection from maybe that negative person or that negative situation, right? Smoky quartz. And Amazonite, which is beautiful. Also works with the heart chakra, also works with grounding, helps you speak your truth, right? And helps you kind of think about you in particular and your needs. This is what definitely I'm getting from these cards, that there's been a lot of struggle. You're being encouraged to keep going, keep trying. You've been in a survival mode. There's a big change coming. Hang in there. Just hang in there right now. This change is going to come, and it's going to set you free in a way you've never been free before. So try to stay and hang in there. Okay, I'm going to set up for your yes or no question. Okay, actually before we get to your yes or no question, did want to pull one from your Astral House cards, which is just going to tell us what area of your life is being affected at this time the most. Okay, success. So it does seem like for a lot of you, it's a negative workplace, a toxic job, a coworker that seems to be out to get you. There's something about, or you're just unhappy in this job situation. So you're being encouraged to keep trying, almost there, hang in there. Your purpose is going to all make sense, right? At some point soon, there's going to be a shift, a dramatic change, and it's going to get better for you, okay? So I've been there. I've been in a very toxic work situation. It made my physical health just bad for a year, and actually is part of why I'm doing what I'm doing now. And my biggest advice is to surrender. I got down on my knees and I said, I surrender. I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know you have bigger plans for me, and I trust. And sure enough, my whole life kind of broke apart, cracked open. And I feel like now I'm finally doing my purpose, but it took me a couple years to figure it out. And so, life is not easy. It's going to be sticky and messy, but we're being encouraged to face those shadows. So think about what it is in your life that's really causing you this unhappiness and needs to change, and ask for it. Ask for that change. Surrender to the change. Be open to it. Okay. So I've only used these a few times. I just think they're kind of unusual. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask a yes or no question. And then the author says, depending on what card is pulled, he gives different variations of yes or no. Okay. So I'm going to be quiet a moment while you think of your questions. So think of a yes or no question. Could be something we've talked about in the reading, or just in general for the month of April. Maybe take a deep breath. I'm going to have a sip of tea. Okay. And you received Venus. And according to the author, so I have to use the book on this one. This is new. Yes, everything looks beautiful. Yes, everything looks beautiful. So I don't know what you asked, but I'm excited for you. And I just feel that you've been in a really tough situation, but you're almost there. Keep going, okay? Success is coming. Purpose will be revealed. You're going to be out of survival mode. You got to release that denial. Thank you so much, Group 1. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, send to a friend, give me comments. That means a lot to me. I love to hear what you think or interpret, or what this means to you. I do read all the comments. I do check the email associated with my YouTube channel. Yeah, I just love connecting with you. So let me know. Gosh, the energy of Group 1 was super quick and kind of intense, but I'm already feeling this slowed down pace with you. So pour some tea and relax. Yeah, I'm already feeling that with you. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, Group 2. We'll be starting with the Inner Child deck, which was again another used find. The artwork is beautiful, and these are my biggest. I mean, I don't have big hands anyway. This is such a huge deck. Definitely not one you can travel with. So I'm actually going to be using one of my biggest decks and one of my smallest decks with you. So let us see what comes through. Take this whole stack. Feels right for you. Okay, so take a moment to look with me, enjoy the colors. It's very beautiful. So we have the 5 of Swords, which is, this boy has kind of come ashore and is alone. He's kind of put his sword in the sand and the sun is kind of setting, but yet he's not alone, right? We see the birds and the seals and the sea star, right? So this kind of feeling of alone reflection, but knowing that at the same time you are being taken care of, right? Seeker of crystals, we have the Cowardly Lion, so hopefully you're familiar. You actually have 2 lions coming through. So it makes me think that group 2, my best friend's going to end up picking group 2. She's always having cats come through. So if you are a Leo, that would be really interesting, or you have a lot of Leo in your chart. You're a cat person, but lots of lion energy. So we have the Cowardly Lion, which we know the story is, he thinks that he's cowardly, but he's not, right? And so there's a reflection going on right now for you, thinking some things, some self-limiting beliefs that you placed on yourself, some labels, right? Of I'm cowardly, or I'm not good enough, or I'm unworthy. There's some labels that you have put on yourself that you have kind of digested that you're now rejecting, that you're realizing, wait a minute, now that you're kind of quieting down and taking a moment to reflect. Like I said, I feel like your group is you're very calm. You're in a very calm state right now. Making me drink my tea and just kind of chill out with you. I love it. And so you're realizing that these things you've told yourself, or that your parents told you, or whoever, they're not true. And you're feeling this balance. And that's the 2 of crystals, right? You're feeling this balance in your life, and you're starting to see like, oh, I'm not what people, I'm not that anymore. For instance, like I would see myself for a very long time as ugly, as very ugly. And I had some things that were unkind said to me in grade school, middle school, also by my mother. And I really internalized for a long time, just ugly, ugly, ugly. And then, having children, they make you see the best in you. So there's something like that. There's a heaviness, a label that you're rejecting. And I'm proud of you for doing that, by the way. You have Beauty and the Beast. Again, wow. So yeah, there's definitely this feeling of balance between, your 2 parts, your human self, your instincts, and you're starting to kind of get back into your own inner knowing, your instinctual, your animal nature. And there's a balance in that. You're kind of rejecting some of this social conditioning and labeling that has been put on you, and you're reclaiming your own truth and seeing yourself as who you are, which is a very strong person, right? You got a lot of lion energy in here. So you're very strong, family oriented, right? Lions are the only cats that live in prides. And so people believe they're more intelligent because they're able to live together, whereas other cats tend to be solo. You have Snow White, and this is an interesting depiction of Snow White, because we have the evil queen and Snow White's already sleeping, and we have a couple of the dwarves, and that goes back to this card. We have the crystals with that. And so, you have this, again, this, wickedness, this labeling that's been put on you. It's kind of put you into like a bit of a sleeper state, but you're awakening to rejecting it now. It's like, oh no, I'm not what you've said I am. And you're really seeing yourself differently. And because of that, like endless opportunities for you, right? This is just so much love and joy and happiness pouring into you. It's more than you can even fill your cup with. And help is also being extended to you, right? In this one, we have this one mermaid struggling, and she's like, okay, I got this guy, and we're gonna pull you guys out of the water. And so there's definitely a release of this struggle. But for me, I'm seeing, it's you're releasing your own struggle. You're your own hero, which is really beautiful. So yes, you're definitely rejecting some kind of terrible label that's been placed on you. Take time to reflect. If you're listening right now and you're like, I'm not sure what this is. Take time to reflect. What is the not nice thing you call yourself? Or when something goes wrong, what is your initial reaction? It's like, oh, of course, because I'm stupid, or of course that happened to me, I'm unlucky. What is it? What is the negative self-talk, the shadow that needs to be, removed at this time? And once you do, it's just like help will come, and So much love and joy, so much beauty. Yeah, this is a good time for you. There's some removing of labels, some removing of, I'm gonna keep this one out, so beautiful. Keep that one on top. And then I'm gonna use my smallest deck now, which is the Everyday Witch, which is super cute. Pull a few of these. Okay, so definitely seeing, it's interesting because when we did the collective reading, we received the Emperor upside down, reversed. Or no, we didn't. Did we? No, there was no Emperor energy. This is a reading I did previously. But actually a couple people recently on my Etsy have had the Emperor come through. So there's some kind of masculine shift going on. And so for you, what I'm seeing is, you know, there is definitely this masculine energy. We have these male lions. We have, you know, that kind of strong masculine energy. So no matter what you identify as, this is this doing energy, this authority, like you're stepping into your personal power. This is a reclaiming of your power, right? So that's what that is for sure. And then we have the Two of Cups, which we had the Two of Crystals, right? So we have these Two of Cups, right? We have this kind of balance, and this could be balance in relationships, also probably balance in yourself though, because you have this kind of good masculine energy coming in, this doing, this standing in your power, and then there's this balance between your two halves, your masculine and feminine side. And then you have Temperance. I love this, right? She's doing a tree pose. Again, balance, 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 balance coming through for you, which is wonderful. Isn't that what we're all striving for all the time, right? And then we have the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles, right? So we have some kind of fresh start for you, having to do with money, having to do with a job, something to do with abundance, health. So there's some kind of fresh start. You're either going to kind of start a new, healthier way of living, eating, exercising, or you're looking at a job that's better for your mental health, which definitely comes through. There's some clarity coming to you about your own mental health anyway. So some kind of fresh start is coming your way. So you have to ask yourself, you know, where do you want that fresh start? Health or wealth or both, right? And then we also have the Four of Swords. She's resting. She's got those kind of Four Swords stacked and relaxed. Her broom is resting. There's a cobweb. There's like a tiny silver of a moon, right? So this is serious rest. And so, you know, you're doing, like I said, I'm feeling a very calm vibe, very chill time for you right now. You're doing a lot of thinking. There's a lot of going on inside. So if someone were to look at you right now, they wouldn't notice any change or anything different, but it's all internal. There's a lot of rethinking, recalibration, balancing, stepping into your own power, thinking about fresh starts. There's a lot going on inside, and chances are you're probably an introvert and usually just kind of keep to yourself, and you have this kind of quiet time. And this is to your benefit. You're really rethinking some things, and it's going to end up with some balance. You're going to end up with some more balance and a fresh start because of it. And definitely want to, you know, let yourself be in your power. What does that look like for you? What does that mean for you, right? And then we're going to use this other new deck to ask your guides. Found this one at the giveaway. And first I was like, I don't know if I like it, but the artwork reminds me of when I was like in college. It's like early 2000s kind of artwork. All right, so interesting. So the last group one also got denial. So it looks like in general, You've been in denial of something. And it seems like, you know, since we have all this kind of cowardly lion and these kinds of things coming up, there's been, maybe you're denying, I'm getting like you're denying a gift, you know, by putting these labels on yourself and self-limiting beliefs. You're really denying who you are. You're denying what you want in life. You're denying a gift. It seems like you're one of those people that puts everybody else before you. And that can be really hard on a person, right? And then we have purpose, master teacher, right? So it seems like some kind of, after you're really thinking about all of this, you're going to really step into your own personal power and really find your purpose. And with master teacher, I'm feeling it's you. It's not going to be someone outside of you. You're the actual master teacher. You're mastering your own mind, which is beautiful. Solitude. Yeah, of course. Here we are. Yes. So if you're feeling a call to be alone and think, please do that. That's going to be really to your benefit. If you feel like you've been doing it too much, you haven't been. This is really important for you right now. So keep going. And then celebration. So there's going to be some kind of celebration, getting with the Two of Cups also, right? So you're going to feel like getting out there in the world on your own time. So take the time right now to quietly reflect, step into your power, figure out, you know, where you want to go on this journey, and then it'll be time. You'll get out there and it'll be great. So, you know, we don't need to all bloom on the same time. Just because it's spring doesn't mean you have to just like jump out there and do all the things, right? You gotta take your time at your pace. Okay. And then I want to see what astral house is being affected for you right now. And it's the love. Okay. So this could be love coming into your life. It could be a rekindling of love. It could be self-love. It could be friendship, right? Working together with someone. It's just a really take time to love yourself and think and reflect. And then suddenly you're going to have a lot more to give to everybody else. Okay, that's definitely advice in general for life. We're going to pull a few crystal cards. This is a makeshift little deck from different smaller crystal decks. If you work with crystals, this is for you. If you don't work with crystals, you don't have to. You can just kind of take the idea of what the healing is being offered and go with it. So Amazonite. So we have this, it's grounding, it's truth, it's harmony, right? It's green, so it's heart chakra energy, right? So if you work with that, great. If you don't want to work with it, that's also fine. But you're definitely being encouraged to root down and ground. That's going to help you really think about what you're contemplating. Amethyst is for your crown chakra, and it seems like you're spending a lot of time in your brain, in your mind, right? You're really inward right now. And so amethyst will help really amplify that, help you think clearly and keep going. And then you have rose quartz, which is more love, right? It's that heart chakra energy, helps you heal yourself and helps you be open to love and receive love and give love in harmony and balance, right? So that's rose quartz. And then, oh, this one snuck in. This isn't a crystal, but it's meant for you. Heart's ease. Learn by fully feeling. So maybe sometimes you need to get out of that head of yours, right? You seem to be you're some kind of fire sign for sure. And you're definitely in your head a lot, or you have fire energy in your chart. And you need to get into your heart. Ignite that passion again. Okay, and then I'm going to set up your yes or no next. Okay, so how the yes or no works is in these karma cards, I will shuffle the planet cards. And according to the author, whatever planet you get will be a variation of yes or no. And so I'm gonna be quiet and have you take a moment, take a deep breath, and think of a yes or no question. It could have to do with what we just were reading, or it can just be anything in general for the month of April or for when you're watching this. Okay, yes or no. And you got Saturn. And so I have to use the book. It's very new to me. Saturn is a maybe. You will have to endure some lessons. Well, that's what came through the whole chart, or the whole reading, right? Is that you are contemplating and taking off these limiting ideas and viewpoints, and lessons are being learned. So maybe, as long as you do the work and you contemplate and you think. I'm excited for you. I'm curious what you're contemplating right now. So it seems like something that you're going to be mulling over for a while, and then there'll be some kind of click. And so take your time, listen to yourself, and take all the solitude and rest you need at this time, and do the work, because I think it's going to really pay off for you. It's going to really fill your cup after you do that. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please like, please subscribe, please share with a friend. I love comments, I love questions. I do read the email associated with this account. I do read your comments. I love connecting with you as a community. We're going to take a moment, do a lovely reading for you. We will end with seeing a yes or no question for you. What crystals, if you want to work with, that you can work with. And for whatever reason, I had all of these decks kind of set out and picked, but I felt that we needed to start with the Work Your Light deck. So needed some feminine energy. This doesn't mean that you identify as a woman or as feminine. We all have masculine and feminine energy, but definitely needed to start here. And I'm just going to go with it because that's what we needed. We're going to start there, and we're also going to start with what area of your life is being affected the most this month. Okay, so a little differently than the other readings, which is great. Group 3, you're bringing in different energy. Okay, so we have wealth coming through, and wealth is not just money. We have wealth is abundance. So this month you're going to be really affected by the abundance mindset. So it could be items, like for me it's my birthday, so birthday month, so it'd be like new gifts coming in, right? But there's definitely something coming through for you about health, wealth, abundance. There's some shifts and some changes in that, and for the better, which is good, really good. Okay, so you have Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, right? So you are coming to a new beginning, a fresh start that is something you've been working really hard for. And the ever unfolding rose, you're cracked open. It's happening for you, not you. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Okay, so definitely feeling like there's a big shift that just happened or is about to happen for you, and it's really opened you up. And that, this is why we needed this deck, right? So it's really opening you up to intuition, to yourself, your past lives, maybe you're already interested or you already do cards or something like this. And yeah, you're definitely opening up and shifting in a way that you haven't before. And that's where this kind of feminine touch is coming in, right? There's this, our womb, whether you have one or not, but our womb space is that sacral chakra, which is where we create from. And so there's definitely this feeling of that being opened up for you, and you really unfolding. You're really opening up this month. Well, this is really beautiful. You're really opening up. A light's coming to you. There's a shift for the better, for wealth for you. This is a beautiful beginning to the reading. Yeah, this is very wonderful. Kind of going in a different order than I did with the other readings, but this seems to be right for you. Okay, so then we're going to pull a few crystal cards. I've made this deck out of 3 little decks. And this is if you work with crystals. I have a feeling you do, though, or you're at least open to it. Yeah. And we're going to see, which ones would benefit you this month. And it doesn't mean you have to go buy them, and definitely not. This is just, you can, if you happen to see them or you have something similar to them, you can work with them, or you can just use what's on here and just, so we have aquamarine. So we're having this, you've been training for this for lifetimes. We have aquamarine coming through. Aquamarine I associate with the Atlantis. So if you are interested in past lives and mystical places, I would guarantee you probably had a life in Atlantis. And So just something to tuck in and think about, to kind of just journey on your own with that, but something to think about. But aquamarine brings courage. If you don't like aquamarine, you don't have aquamarine, you can also use lapis lazuli. Amethyst, right? Intuition, crown chakra, spiritual connection, clear thinking. Definitely feel like you're having some kind of psychic opening. Like you're gonna have some kind of leap in your abilities, whether you want to or not, right? So you're definitely gonna maybe have intuitive dreams or something. Some kind of gift is coming to you. Calcite is another one for your heart chakra, and it's an amplifying stone. And tiger's eye really removes blocks, gives clarity again. Yes, okay. We're going to use this new deck I received. Well, it's new to me. Ask Your Guides. This is, I don't know. It's just kind of got a different vibe than most of the decks I've found. I like it. It's older. It's an older Hay House deck. I'd never heard of it till I found me at the giveaway. All right, suffering. This is right here. Right, and this is why you need to mother yourself. You have been really, really suffering. Yeah, there's been a real heaviness. It's been very hard for you. And you really need to practice that self-care. You take care of everybody else. You need to take care of yourself the same way. But know that this suffering is a teacher. It's cracked you open. Yeah. Ooh, celebration. So we're going to, you've been going through it. There's going to be a release. There's going to be celebration for you. And then the denial of divine helpers. This card has come through for every single group. So this makes me think that just because of all the shifts that went on in March, that a lot of us have had the blindfolds taken off. And there's certain things we just can't deny anymore. For you, it seems to be these gifts, these spiritual gifts coming through. I feel like you're having really intense dreams. You're having like these gut feelings. Don't be scared. I feel like there could be, some people get really afraid of these things. It's like otherworldly or unnatural, supernatural. It's natural. We just haven't, in our society, we haven't honored it that way, but it is completely natural. Okay. Yeah. Don't be afraid. You're doing good things. I just feel it. I really do. Okay. Let's pull a few tarot. Yeah, you're definitely, there's a softening going on in your life. You're a very loving, kind person, even though you've gone through it. Yeah. Okay, so these are a tiny little deck. They're so cute. Okay, so interesting you pulled this card, or you chose this card. So we definitely have this. Now this could be an actual love romance, and I know it's very gender typical, so even if that's not you're not into that, just kind of ignore that part for me. Cards they're coming along, some of them. Anyway, so this also could be a balance of masculine and feminine within you, but I have a feeling it's really, there's some balancing of relationships, especially when you're taking care of yourself. Definitely feeling like balance in general. Ace of Pentacles, here we go. There's that fresh start to health, wealth, abundance. Yeah, new job, new workout regimen, not saying you need to change. I have a feeling you're realizing like that you haven't been taking care of your body. You need to get out there and walk and this and that. Like for instance, I've always worked out my whole life, but I work out in the morning and then I'm kind of sedentary because I sit at a computer and do different things throughout the day. So I've realized like in the afternoon I need to take a walk or I need to do some yoga. Like I need to do something to move again because it's become too sedentary at my age or at my, and yes, look, yeah, we're just talking about yoga. So you got the tree pose, which is temperance. This is balance again. These are very similar cards to came up for group 2. Okay, and then we have these two cards which really go together. So this is the masculine energy coming into this very feminine reading of taking back and standing in your power, of setting out on a journey embarking on a new adventure. If you get an opportunity, I'm feeling like there could be an opportunity coming to you to travel or to take a different job or a different position, you should do it. You should definitely go for it. Okay, and then we have the Six of Pentacles and the King of Swords, right? Again, this masculine energy in a really positive way. This is very clear thinking. You know, we have this kind of planner part, and then this kind of like, this is what we're going to do, and then we're going to have a lot of knowledge. So very balanced. You're very balanced in your masculine and feminine energy right now, or you will be. You're going to just feel this balance of being in your power, but also taking care of yourself and resting. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, right? Which is, again, like people are going to be turning to you. I think already people come to you, I'm gonna pull some more of these, come to you for advice, but it's like now there's going to be like this click because your advice isn't coming from just from your logic, your mind. It's coming from your intuition, and it's going to really be changed. Okay, then we have Three of Swords. So you need to rest. So this balance of masculine and feminine, you know, you're definitely going to go and conquer and have this power and want to do new things, but it needs to all be tempered with some rest and some reflection, right? The Facing My Shadows journal. Journaling is a very feminine, receptive activity. Ace of Swords. We have Ace of Pentacles already. So yeah, your fresh start, beginner's mind. And it's going to be clarity, like so clear and in your power with whatever this new area of wealth is. Then we have Judgment. Okay, and she's playing music, which I kind of love. It's like she's a Pied Piper. Releasing judgment, right? Continuing to release judgment, especially of yourself. Releasing that judgment. You already don't really judge other people. You're very loving, you're very kind, but you can be really hard on yourself. So you got to release that part. Oh, what a beautiful card, right? I do feel like if you're not, I feel like if you're not in a relationship, one's coming to you that's going to be very aligned, very like, it's going to be really good, really balanced, really where you're complete whole people coming together, not broken people trying to find their other halves, right? It's very, and if you're already in a relationship, it's going to be really balanced, really healthy, really positive, really beautiful. It's a beautiful time for you right now. And then we have the Five of Wands, right? So maybe there's some people who have been gossiping about you and talking whatever about you at work and or in general. You know, they may have been gossiping about your relationship. Whatever, these people, you need to see them for who they are. You need to let them go, block them, release them in some way. They're not serving you. So find out who they are. Find out who are the ones gossiping, and then you don't have to call them out on it if you don't want to, because it doesn't seem like you're that type of person, but you need to set up some boundaries and you need to do some spiritual protection. And then we have Ten of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So we need to watch out for these people. So there's somebody, I feel like it's a group of people who are gossiping and backstabbing and really are not, they're two-faced. And you kind of already know, you have this intuition as to who they are. You need to not feed them any more information. You need to set up boundaries, both spiritually and in person. You need to let them go. And this might be part of why you take a different job. I feel like they're at your workplace. So yeah, we need to be mindful of those people and not let them be a part of your life. They don't deserve you, okay? And I want you to know that when people gossip, I know it's really hard because it's something I had to learn because I had a really toxic workplace. There was a lot of gossiping, and I gossiped too. Like I'm not proud of it, but it was just kind of the environment. Like our boss would talk behind everybody else's backs to each other, and it was just kind of encouraged. It was horrible. But you know, gossiping. Wow, you had a lot of cards come out. Gossiping like that it's trauma bonding. You know, it's trying to make friends out of other people's pain. And so when people are gossiping, they're not happy. I need you to understand that. So because you're a really kind and loving person, they're not happy, and it's not personal because they'll just gossip about anybody. And so you just happen to be the one because you're not a gossip. That's why they gossip about you. So self-worth, self-love, self-value, self-respect. Yes, you're such a wonderful person. Don't let those people bring you down. Let go and bury, right? So there's something you need to let go of. You need to release these kinds of old thought patterns, and I think it's a job or something like that. Some aspect you need to let go of, and that's going to really open things up for you. I think if you journal, you're going to figure out what that is, okay? Almost there. Keep trying. How cute. These came up before, which is really interesting. And they came together as well. They go together. But so you're almost there. Keep trying. This is a repetitive theme for the month of April. I know for me personally, I have instituted some different changes and balances in my life, and I feel like the beginning of this year has been rough, to say the least, and that there's a shift in March for sure, but it doesn't mean like we're all suddenly feeling like woohoo and light and free. We're almost there. And so take your time and go slow. You're almost there. I love sea stars. Living in Oregon, just love them. And then, you know, pig, fox, and then this is a scorpion. I think it's a scorpion beetle. I'll look that up in a moment for you. And then we're going to do a yes or no question. I'm going to set that up for you. Okay, so I did look this up. It's a scorpion fly, and they happen to be the first on the scene when there's a corpse. So not to get too, we're not going to get into detail, but that's what this is. So scorpion fly, pig, fox, sea star. The way this works is these are the planet cards to the karma cards. And what I'm going to do in a moment is be quiet, and you're going to take a deep breath if you like, and think of a yes or no question that has to do with this reading or doesn't. It has to do with the month of April or whenever you're watching this. And then I'll select a card, and then we'll look in the guidebook together because this is new to me. And whatever planet we receive is a variation of yes or no. So this is kind of our, ooh, one jumped out, which is interesting. So I'm definitely gonna use that one, but I wanted to give you a moment to think of your yes or no question. Chances are you probably already picked it though. That's why that fell out. So take a deep breath and think of your yes or no question while I pick this card up. That was my chair, sorry about that. Okay, think of your yes or no question. And the card that jumped out for you is Moon. And so Moon is a maybe. Go by your feelings, hunches, and intuition. What have I been telling you, right? I feel this, like you have really strong intuition. And like I'm saying, I feel like a lot of answers are coming to you in your dreams, right? When we have Moon. So I think you already know. I think you already know. You asked me this yes or no question. It was already in your mind and you already know the answer. So it's interesting. You just wanted confirmation. So this is your confirmation. I hope this reading was insightful for you and healing, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you could like and subscribe, share with a friend, leave a comment. I read all the comments. I love comments, and I love having a community, and I love doing this. And I also read my emails, so if you don't want to comment publicly how this reading affects you or what it made you think of, the email attached to YouTube is one I actually read. So feel free to reach out and connect. Thank you so much.